kitty. Hi, kitty. You enjoying the sunshine? Good morning. It is Saturday. It's December the 7th. It is a good friend of mine's birthday. And fun fact, if I had gotten married when I was going to in college, today would have been my anniversary. It would have been, let's see, my 27th anniversary. Okay. No. Anyway, I'm trying to find where I can sit y'all while I'm putting my seatbelt on. How about right here? Okay, we'll put you right there for now. Well, I didn't sleep very well last night. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I just was worried all night, and I appreciate everybody commenting on my video yesterday. And I feel bad now because as some people are putting it, you know, these are Christmas vlogs and they're meant to be happy and uplifting and hi. They're meant to be happy and uplifting, and maybe I shouldn't, maybe I got to thinking maybe I shouldn't be, you know, talking about this more downtrodden stuff. So I apologize if I'm bringing anybody down. But I think most of y'all that watch me know that I pretty much share whatever is going on, you know, here on the farm, and I think y'all appreciate, most of y'all, maybe not everybody, maybe that's why I only have 200 subscribers. Most of y'all appreciate the realness. Anyway, well, I think this is as good as it's gonna get, y'all, so here we go. It's a little bit after 7. I don't know exactly how much after 7, but not much. And we have drill team practice this morning at 10. But the way it works is my group who rides the greenest horses gets there first. So we get there like 2 hours before and we feed our horses, and the idea is that way people can take their horses into the round pen and warm them up and make sure that they're safe to ride. And then the Foxtrotter group comes an hour before practice to make sure they've got time to feed their horses and get them groomed and ready to go. So that's kind of the plan. I usually try to get there a little bit before everybody, so I'm usually there between 2.5 and 3 hours before we practice. Usually around 2.5, because I like to have a little time to myself, and plus I'm just anxious to see how Flame is today. So, but anyway, I apologize if I'm bringing y'all down. I don't mean to. I try to be happy and upbeat most of the time, but when your horses get hurt, it especially to me, because you know my animals are, and I know this is going to sound trite to those of you who actually have kids, but I don't have any family. I don't have, you know, any children, and my folks are gone, and the cousins that I have, actually I'm closer to the cousins that live further away than I am the ones that live here. I think the ones that live here kind of don't like me very much because I'm the black sheep in the sense of my views on the world and everything. I mean, I make no bones about what I believe about how the way the world ought to be, and that don't go around here. But anyway, and that's not to say they've ever said anything awful about me. We're just not close, you know. We're just not family type, you know. Which is fine. I mean, that's no big deal. But, you know, my horses are, and my dogs and my cats, you know, and Flame is, you know, she's such a sweet, sensitive horse, and we have a little bit of a history, and for her to trust me so completely and then me to do something so stupid, I mean, just flat out stupid, hours, by herself tied up. But anyway, I kind of take it a little to heart. Anyhow, let's talk about happy things, right? I was watching some vlogs last night and this morning. I like to watch. There's a few I watch in the mornings while I'm getting ready. Like usually Kaz's is posted, the We Sew and Sew, and then Angela over in Ireland, Knitting on the Farm, is usually posted, and sometimes Amy's Stranded one will be posted because of the time difference. So I'll watch those while I'm getting ready, and then I try to catch up with the other ones later in the day, maybe at lunchtime or whatever. So I was watching a few of those. I haven't done any crafting the last last day or so, and I apologize for that too. Tomorrow should be full of crafting because it's the wreath party. So after practice today, the goal is to get home and after I do chores, I need to make wreath forms. And I've got last time I checked, I had about 12 people that had RSVP'd that they were coming, and then some maybes. So what I'll do is I'll make probably 15 or so wreath forms, and I'll show you how I do that. It's very simple, and I mean anybody that lives anywhere where you have access to evergreen branches can make one of these wreaths. I like to use the cedar. We have a lot of eastern red cedar here because it spreads like wildfire because of the birds eating the seeds, and then every fence row on every farm around here has cedar trees in it because that's where the birds sit, and then they go to the bathroom and they release the seeds. So I like to get cedar, and there's male and female cedars. So the male cedars have the gold tips, and then the female cedars have the blueberries, and I've got both obviously, so I try to get both. And then I get some pine. I was looking at, somebody was showing me the pine needle baskets, but we have short leaf pine here where the needles are pretty short. It makes a nice wreath, you can make a nice wreath out of it, but the needles are pretty short. And then I've got some privet. Everywhere around here has privet. It does okay in the wreath. Sometimes it kind of wilts a little bit. And then I've got some red. My grandpa called them thunderberries, but they're a type of buckthorn plant, which that's why I named my farm that, because my grandpa would always talk about these bright red berries. And I've got some trees of those around, so I usually bring some of those over. Miss Betsy will bring magnolia leaves from her big magnolia tree. Some of y'all remember that from last year. I was laughing because the lights that are on my front porch are the ones I bought. If you watch my Vlogmas from last year, you remember one day she and I went to an auction, and we got real tickled about it because she was trying to buy this bowl, and she ended up having to buy all these old ashtrays with it. She was so mad at them for putting that bowl, because they're trying to make the auction move faster, so they start grouping things together. So she wanted this bowl really bad, and it was really funny. But I was thinking about that memory as I was putting those lights up, period. And the thing that I realized, having not decorated last year and am decorating this year, is how many memories are in those boxes. It's not just about the things, it's about all the memories that are tied to the things that are in there, and even though it's a little bit of a job to do, the payoff is way more worth it, because if you are fortunate enough to have good memories of your past and your family and things, and you get to sort of relive those things as you're decorating the tree and you think about those things. At least I do. So I've forgotten the value of that, since when I don't decorate, I always forget that that's the payoff. yeah, the decorations are beautiful and I enjoy seeing them, but it's the memories. It's going back and remembering people or places or times or pets, you know, that maybe aren't with us anymore, and that's what makes it worth it to me. So I forget that when I don't decorate. I forget how important that is. So I'm glad that I did this year. I didn't do as much as I have in past years, but I put up 2 big trees and a couple of small trees, and so I think that's okay. You know, I didn't go all out like I did a couple of years ago, but I'll do that again maybe next year if I can get better organized. So I'm driving, obviously. I'm headed to Sonic. Big surprise there, and then we'll get on with our day. Well, it looks like all the horses stayed where they were supposed to stay last night. And I see a big, pretty white face looking at me at the hay bale. So that's a good sign. So we'll go down here and let them out. Frosty, frosty morning here. Morning. How are y'all? How are y'all today, huh? Yeah, y'all got to go home, didn't you? Yes, I'm opening the gate. Hang on. Baby's girl, you feeling better today? Oh, yeah, okay. You're pushing the gate open. I see you. Hang on. Let me get the chain out of that. Y'all are muddy. Well, she's feeling good enough to trot up for breakfast, so that's a good sign. You good girl this morning? You seem like you feel all right. You good girl? Yes, you're good girl. Well, thankfully we have dodged a bullet with gut flying. She seemed to be fine today, so I'm very, very, very thankful for that. Well, I'm home and I've done my chores. We're gonna go see Rory's circus performance tonight. So I've got about an hour downtime, which is really not enough to get started on any of the things that I need to get started on. So it looks like tomorrow morning is going to be an early morning because I'll have to get up and get the house swept and mopped, and then go cut all the greenery and then make wreath forms. before everybody gets here at 1. But I can do that. I don't think it'll take that long. I've got a couple of little cedar trees that are down by my pasture gate that I need to cut, so I'll take the chainsaw down there and cut those. And then I'll just go around with my truck like I always do and just cut, you know, things that look like they'll work. And yeah. So I've been listening to music. I've got to decide if I'm going to ride in the talent show separately from the dressage club. And I think I want to, since Flame is okay, thank goodness. And I found a song called Solstice Night by S.J. Tucker. And I think I'm going to ride to that. I was going to ride to a version of the Solstice Carol sung by Antiphony. It's an a cappella version, but I like this Solstice Night song a lot better, I think, for what we want to do. So, yeah, so at least I found a good music choice for what I wanted to ride on. I wanted to ride to a song about the solstice. Because that's important to me. But anyway, so the talent show, if I decide I've got to get over there and practice one day this week and figure out what I'm going to do. Oh, I'll just try to make up my own dressage test, I guess. But anyway, so I appreciate everybody's kind words about Flame. It made me feel really good. It was very emotional for me, you know, as y'all could tell. And I'm just very grateful that she's okay and very thankful that she is okay. Epona was looking out for her, I guess. So anyway, you can see I got my light up horse on the porch there. Miss Marianne bought me that a couple of years ago because she said it looks like Bo. It's got yellow spots all over it, little glitter spots. So anyway, practice is over. I've got a pile of barn cats under my truck there. I don't know if you can see them or not, but there's a pile of cats under my truck. So I'm gonna probably just relax since I did not sleep well last night. I just kept having these horrible like thoughts and nightmares and everything, so I didn't sleep very well. But I'm gonna put up the raw footage of our ride today separately because that's really the only way we can get it out to people, because trying to post something that long on Facebook, it complains. So I usually post it so you don't have to watch that. I'll put a couple of clips in of our ride, but I'm gonna chill out for a little while and then get ready to go see some circus art stuff. I missed out on my advents yesterday. Here is yesterday's color and today's color from the mini set, and then these are the ones that Miss Shirley sent. So that's my advent for yesterday and today. Okay, well I am headed down to meet Miss Marianne. I told her I just meet her in Adkins to go to Rory's circus arts thing because we have to go to Little Rock. There's no point in her driving all the way out here to pick me up. So I told her I'd meet her down in Adkins at the grocery store. Grocery store is usually a pretty good place to leave your car for a while if you're gonna meet up with somebody. So I'm gonna meet her there and we're gonna go on down and see Rory's performance. So I'm looking forward to that. Our mail just came. I've got things to open here, but I'll get to those for the podcast when I actually record a proper episode this week. But anyway, so I am headed out to meet them and go watch Rory's performance. Put the minis out a new bale of hay. I've got to trim little Miss's feet. I need to do that. Can't probably do it tomorrow, but I need to do it later this week. It's time to trim them again. Okay, everybody wave. We're going to see Rory's circus arts performance thing.
We're celebrating Lauren's birthday.
For Lauren's birthday. Wave, Lauren. How old are you, Lauren? Lauren, how old are you?
I can't hear anything.
How old are you?
I'm 13.
Okay. So we're headed to Maumelle High School, we hope.
We are.
Well, that's where we're headed. I don't know if that's where we're supposed to be, but that's where we're headed. Refreshing since there's so much other that doesn't fall through. before I go inside where the chaos and mayhem will ensue, I'm going to sign off for tonight. I hope you enjoy. It's a little bit long today, but I hope you enjoy it, and I will see you guys tomorrow.